The Art of Happy Living. We all love happiness, and we celebrate quite often those happy moments. We say Happy New Year, we say Happy Birthday, we celebrate happy festivals, and then we also celebrate the International Day of Happiness on March 20th. And we also express, whenever somebody says something, we say, I'm happy for you. Then we also say, don't worry, be happy. So there is so much of happiness around, it seems, when you hear all those things. But sometimes I also have a doubt, is it true that we really have that much of happiness? Because when we say somebody, very good morning, someone says morning. I'm not sure if they're saying morning or morning. Also, when we ask somebody, how are you doing? They say surviving, hanging in there. It's been very crazy, and then give you so many reasons, etc. So when you hear these kind of responses, it feels like probably things with people are not that great as we speak, as often as we speak about happiness. If you look at our communications today, say earlier we used to speak complete sentences. Now, later when we started, all these texting and all, then we started texting all the simple letters like GM, good morning, BRB, LOL. All those things you already know. I don't have to say those meanings. Then later, we started using the pictures, the symbols to convey our feelings and emotions. I was searching what is the most used picture or emotion across the social media, whether it is Facebook, Twitter, Messenger, WhatsApp. So surprisingly, it is the joy of tears, or tears of joy, and then followed by love, happiness, etc. So imagine how many times we are using these symbols. Then I have a question in my mind. Is it really representing our state of emotion, that what we are going through, or it has just become a ritual? If you are really feeling joy and happiness as frequently as we use these symbols, then I think life should be differently doing well. But is it true? Is it the way things happening that way? So let's take for a moment and then contemplate. When was the last time you really felt happy? Let's take just for a minute and then see. You can close your eyes. Go beyond the concerns of your job, your business, finances, family, health, etc. Start searching for the happy memories and golden moments of your life. What are those moments you truly experienced happiness? You felt like dancing in joy. You laughed heartfully. When was the last time you felt life is in total control? Nothing to worry about. Feeling the bliss of being alive, being worthy, and playing an important part in this world stage. Now, so do you recollect those moments, plenty of moments? But those who has those moments plenty, congratulations for you. But for those who do not have, and who are not fortunate enough to have those moments, too many, then we will discuss today. So what we can do to create those moments in our life. Now, whenever we say we all experience definitely some moments of happiness in our lives. So let's say when are those moments usually we express our happiness? Say, let's say when you buy a car, or when you buy a new model phone, when you buy a home, or when I get a promotion, or for that matter, whenever I wear a new dress, when I get married, when I go for vacation, when I have a children. So there are so many different moments everybody will experience happiness. So these are definitely some of the precious moments where we experience the happiness. There is nothing wrong in expressing happiness or seeking happiness through these means. But unfortunately, over a period of time, we have got into an infinite loop of seeking happiness through physical means. That's why we constantly searching for happiness in objects, in wealth, in food, travel. Sometimes we search for happy moments in our past. Sometimes we visualize our future and those upcoming moments of happiness. And we chase for achievements to be able to feel happiness. And then we also seek happiness through entertainment, because we believe to be more happy means to be more wealthy. Happiness means power. Happiness means beauty. So these are some of the beliefs that we have developed over time when we started experiencing happiness with those physical moments or physical means. So as a result, so we are constantly in the same loop time and again, and then we are not able to come out of that loop. So I was trying to validate if this physical wealth or physical means, are they really the means of happiness? So how are the people around the world who are wealthy, who are powerful, who are who are more beautiful, so are they really happy? So I was trying to find some answers. So I was searching who are the top most powerful people in the world, and Google has given me the most powerful people in the world in 2020. These are the 4 names. Then also I was looking for who are the richest people in the world, and it has given me a few business icons. Now the next thing is I was searching for who are the most beautiful people in the world. And I'm sorry, I don't have pictures here because I need your attention and focus. Obviously, when you talk about beauty, Google has returned me those pictures of all the celebrity Hollywood heroines and all those things. I didn't risk myself to lose your attention. That's why I did not put any pictures here. But that's the definition of beauty today. And now, so I know there are people who are rich, who are powerful, and who are beautiful. And I was trying to search next, who are the most, happiest people in the world. And Google has confusion because he did not really give me any response. And surprisingly, none of the people previously what we have seen are shown as the happiest people in the world. And instead, it has shown some kids here as the happiest people in the world. So I was surprised. I'm sure these people are not really, of course, they may be happy at the moment, but they have their own probably drawbacks, or they are deprived of so many things. So I'm not going into that. But the point here, it's not very clear what really happiness means. And probably that's the reason why people did not really figure out or do survey to find out who are the happiest people in the world. But I was also wondering, happiness is such a precious emotion or a feeling. And there are so many surveys that are going every day in the world by so many organizations. How can they leave happiness alone, having no surveys at all? So I was looking further deeper, and then I found United Nations actually, they are doing survey for about last 8-9 years or so, and that is called happiness index. So they are measuring the happiness levels at a country level, not at an individual level. They are measuring happiness based on their per capita income, social support, health, corruption, freedom of choices they have, generosity, etc. Those kind of attributes they have taken to measure the happiness. But I also searched for the richest countries in the world. If you see Qatar, Luxembourg, Macau, Singapore, Brunei, these are some of the richest countries. But if you look at the top 5 countries who are in the happiness list here, Finland, Denmark, Norway, Ireland, and Netherlands. So there is no match even at the country level as well. Not only at the individual level, but also at the countries. Then the richest countries are different from the happiest countries. So obviously there is something contrasting that is happening here. Our popular belief is if you are rich, if you are powerful, if you are wealthy, then you are happy. That's how we have been doing. And then everything that what we do in our life are primarily towards accumulating those physical wealth or achievements. So, but if you look at the other way, but seems like things are different when it comes to the context of happiness. So I was trying to wonder, so why things are different here? Because is that happiness that when I was when I bought a car or when I bought a home, when I got married, those moments are real moments. And those are definitely happy moments for me. There is nothing wrong in that. But why is that? That's what I have been trying to do as much as I can, because I want to expand those moments or increase those moments of my happiness in my life. That's why I'm so busy in earning those moments. But why is that my happiness is so limited? Why is that I'm not able to accumulate happiness as much as my physical wealth? So I can think of 4 reasons why our happiness is limited. First one is it is conditional, which means as we see, as seen in the beginning, when I do this and I feel happy. When I buy a home, I'm happy. When I buy a car, I'm happy. When I get this promotion, I'm happy. So you are putting a condition there to be able to feel happiness. So there are 2 problems with this approach, as I can think of. So it is not always possible for you to fulfill those conditions, and so that you can take the happiness as a reward. You have limitations, and not every time we'll be able to achieve whatever we have planned. So there may be disappointments along the way, which means you will not feel happiness because you have programmed your mind in such a way that only if I achieve this or if I fulfill this condition, I will experience happiness. That's how our program is. And the second issue with this conditional approach is some goals are shorter, but some goals may be a little longer. So if you are trying to be happy only when you achieve that goal or when you have that accomplishment in the long run, so you are actually delaying your happiness for too long, right? And you are not able to enjoy the journey in achieving that goal, or in getting that accomplishment, which may be also not right, because when you are too much focused on the end result or the outcome, and sometimes you become so obsessed only with the end result, and then probably you may be compromising on so many things, your values, and then many other things. You may violate certain things. Ultimately, even though if you achieve something at the end, that whatever you wanted, probably that is not completely fulfilling, and that may not be long lasting. And the second is confusion. When I say confusion here, confusion between physical comfort and emotional comfort. All those physical objects that what we have accumulated, what we have seen as the source of happiness, those are not actually happiness. They are giving you physical comfort. But happiness is something not physical. It is an emotional aspect. So we are trying to seek something not physical through physical means. So that's the confusion there. And the other one is cost. So when we are relating your happiness only to physical aspects, everything that is physical in nature has a price tag, but your resources are limited. So which means there is an affordability that comes into picture here. So your happiness is limited as per your affordability. So that is another reason why your happiness is limited. And the other one is compromise. So here, the compromise, when I say compromise, it is the compromise of what is the temporary happiness versus what is permanent happiness. So, for example, if you walking versus watching TV, right? Everybody knows that walking is good for health and exercise, and it gives you fresh air and then makes you feel better and everything, and you know that. Then watching TV is you don't have to do anything, simply surrender your body into a couch and then maybe take some potato chips or popcorn or whatever, and then you can easily watch your television. So which is the most likely you are going to pick up? In majority of the cases, probably we go for the short-term gain rather than long-term. So let us just pause here for a few seconds and just recollect or recover from our own life. What are all the things that we have accumulated so far in our life? How many of them are temporary in nature? How many of them are permanent in nature? Just spend for a few seconds and then think about it. So if you find there are a lot of things that are permanent, that gives you permanent happiness in your life, congratulations again for you. But those who do not have that many and who find only temporary things of happiness, and then let's find, don't worry, let's find what we can do and how we can, make it right. So let's try, before we go and then fix this, then let's try to clearly understand, once things that caused me happiness, then these are also causing me pain or sorrow. What is the reason behind it? The same car you have taken, the car that what you felt very proud, and then you have taken to a shopping mall, and then by the time you come back, there is a scratch or a dent on your car. Where did the happiness go? So you are happy with the phone that what you have bought because that is the latest model. But within the next 3-4 months, there is a new model released which has a better features and for more competitive price than what you have spent earlier. Then where is your happiness? You bought a home, you started living in that, but suddenly there is something happened in the market and real estate is crashing, and then home prices are having a nosedive. So where is your happiness? You got a promotion, you're joyful, you celebrated, you feel proud about your, your achievements and your contribution, etc. But you came to know that your friend or your colleague sitting next to you got better promotion than you. Where is your happiness? You are wearing a dress, you felt very good when you see in the mirror, but when you go to a party, no one has given you any compliments about your dress. Nobody cared. So where is your happiness? Or if somebody say that, okay, you're looking ugly, then what happens to your happiness? You have been all along yearning for getting a life partner. Finally, you're married, but then you got into an argument with your partner for some petty thing. So where is your happiness? And you started complaining, I lost my freedom of choices and everything. So you went to a vacation and you enjoyed a lot with your beloved ones, and then you came back, and next month there is a huge bill on your table. So where is your happiness? So the point that I'm trying to make here is, those things that what you have believed earlier as the source of happiness are the real source of happiness. If there are true source of happiness, then why are the same things are also causing me the pain? Because truth will never change. So if they are really true sources of happiness, then I should really experience happiness no matter what. Then at some moments, they are giving me happiness. At other moments, they are giving me sorrow. Why? If you're looking, say, let's suppose if you're taking jasmine, right? It gives you fragrance. No matter whoever goes there, at what point of time you goes there, it always gives you fragrance, because the nature of jasmine is to give that fragrance. Same if you go out in the sun, it gives you the warmth, because that is the source of the warmth. By the way, don't try to experiment this in the next couple of days. It seems it's going to be very hard days, the next couple of minutes, days. So when there is a source, means source, that's it. So you should always get that no matter what. But I think what we have believed so far, the source of happiness, doesn't seem to be really the actual source of happiness. And then that is one thing that I want you to understand. The source probably is not right. That is number one, okay, to understand. Number two is, you need to really understand what is stealing my happiness, right? So the first thing is our unlimited desires. So desires as such, they are not wrong. A desire with the right intent is always good, which is inspiring and motivating and doing something. But desire with has selfish motive and self-centric desires, and desires which have the nature of sensual pleasures, temporary pleasures. Those are the things that are definitely, instead of giving you happiness, eventually they'll give you a sorrow. And then negativity. Look at the world today, how much negativity we have in the world today. Right from the morning you start, you turn on the television, newspapers, social media, mobile phones, everywhere. There is so much of negativity floating around. So obviously we'll be under the influence of this negativity. And then see, when a boat is in the ocean, as such, it doesn't have any problem because of the water. Okay. Only when you are letting the water coming into the boat, that is where there is a danger for the boat. Same way, you cannot change the world today, which is completely negative in nature. That's okay. But you can protect yourself from the negativity. If you're not protecting yourself, if you're opening the doors for the negativity to come inside you, and that's where it starts influencing your happiness and your state of mind. And the other thing, next thing is, we seem to be holding a lot of hatred and hurt inside us. We are not able to let go of the past or some of the incidents. Whoever is holding this hatred and hurt, anger inside, obviously there is no room for happiness. So if you feel that your happiness is more important for you, and then you need to let go, they need to keep moving, you are getting stuck with where it has happened maybe a few years ago, a few months ago. Maybe that incident could have happened only once, but we have been keep on remembering ourselves. Then we are creating the hurt more and more. We are generating the hatred against the person. So that's where you're blocking your happiness. Say there are two brothers who are very close and who grew up together and they're very fond of each other, and then they are loving and caring. And once they grow up, maybe at the age of 40 and all, for some reason, they had a very serious argument. And then, they said, they departed, and then they have promised not to see them again, each other's face again. Another 50 years passed. At the age of 90, the elder one has got admitted into hospital because of some severe condition. But his heart is always yearning to see his brother, most beloved brother, whom he has been missing for 50 years almost. So he expressed his desire to meet his brother, and then somebody has passed that message to his brother. So his brother went, keeping all the differences aside, to see his brother in the hospital. They spent together, they have laughed together, and then everything is just melted away. And then the elder brother who is in the hospital, surprisingly, he started recovering very fast, and he became all right in a week or 10 days time. So at last the younger brother, he has to leave. So while he's leaving, he was expecting something from his brother, but it did not happen. So younger brother, when he's leaving, he said, see, just because you are sick, I came here, but otherwise it doesn't mean that I have forgiven you. Okay. You never said sorry so far until now. So until that sorry comes from you, and I will not be able to forgive you. And then he went away. So things could be very small in our lives, but unnecessarily we magnify it by giving our own energy and projecting it time and again, making it, too big to handle it. So you need to let go of the hurt and, hatred as soon as possible. The other thing is attachment. So if many people think that attachment is something good to have, but attachment makes you weak and fragile, and then makes you, feel the pain. Say, for example, in the previous example, when we discussed about the car, it's just an object, a vehicle you bought for the comfort of driving. That means there is nothing beyond that. But when there is a scratch that you see or a dent that you have seen in the car, you felt the pain inside your heart. Why? Because your heart is attached to the car. Your image is attached to the car. You felt so great by buying that expensive car. So you are living in a wrong image, and then you're trying to seek respect through those objects, that's the reason why, and you're trying to attach your image or your respect and everything to the physical objects, which is not right. So probably you'll feel unhappiness and sorrow as long as you don't give up that attachment. The next one is people in our lives. The people are people, they have different ways, and then everybody is different. Their attitudes are different, their expectations are different, their behaviors are different. But we expect people to behave the way we want, and then we try to control them, and then we want them to sing to the tunes or dance to the tunes or what we play. So which is not going to happen. So that is also ultimately causing you issues in the relationships, and then finally eventually leading to unhappiness. And then there are situations, paristhitis, there are different situations that comes in our life, because life is meant to be facing those situations. And then when you are facing those situations, if you're morally down, obviously, if you're getting influenced by the situation too much, then obviously you lose happiness. So you have to remember one thing, situations are temporary. They are like passing clouds. They come and they go. But if you are thinking that is the end of your life and then there is nothing that you can do about it, and then that's where you're hurting your happiness. The last thing is you. So your own undoings, maybe presently or maybe from the past, that will keep haunting you, your karma, that will also have a significant influence on your happiness. Now that we understood the stealers of happiness, now let's also try to understand furthermore the other side of happiness. So, as we mentioned earlier, happiness is your own creation. See, the car is not giving you happiness, or the object that is not giving you happiness. I should say just an object. It is you who is creating that happiness, feeling of happiness as a response to that. So trigger may be a physical object, but the creation is within you. It is your state of mind. You are creating it. Either happiness or sorrow, both are created by us. It is our own creation. It is the work of your mind. So when you are happy means you have actually created a positive feeling inside you. So happiness does not, need so many things. So you don't, in other words, it doesn't depend on what you have. It only depends on what you think and how you think. You may not have anything with you, but still you can continue to be happy, because you have learned the art of creating that positive and feeling of happiness within you without having any physical dependency. Happiness also means, being stable irrespective of situations and people. In the previous slide, we have discussed about people and situations. People behave different ways. People will insult you. People will praise you. situations are favorable to you or are not favorable to you, whatever it is. But you are stable in whichever the case, irrespective of, whether it is good, bad. So that means that you are happy because you know the value of your happiness. So you want to retain that happiness. If anything precious to you, you always tend to take extra care to protect it. If your happiness is precious and valuable to you, and then we take extra care to make sure nothing is impacting your happiness. So happiness is not about reaching your goal or destination. It is about enjoying the journey. As we mentioned earlier, if you're on a long road trip, say for example, if you're going to Yosemite or Lake Tahoe or some other place, a beautiful place. So you and the other guy, say for example, both of you are going together in the car, and then you decided, okay, let me sleep, okay, and then you ask the other person, okay, you drive, I'll sleep, and wake me up when we reach the destination. So you fall into sleep, and the other guy is driving, and then he's enjoying all the sceneries and the valleys and then all those mountains and everything, all those greenery and everything and the beauty and everything. Finally, after 3-4 hours, we have reached, and then he woke you up. And then, you together enjoyed there. But who has the most lasting memories in this journey? The one who has enjoyed the journey as well, in addition to the destination, or the one who just woke up at the destination? Most likely, your happiness will increase when you enjoy the journey towards your destination as well. So, as Mahatma Gandhi said, happiness is when you think, what you say, what you do, and everything is your thinking and your speaking and your doing, all of them are in harmony. That's where you're really happy. So happiness, there's no limits. So nobody says that, okay, um, I am good with this happiness, or so it is good for me. I don't need any more happiness. I have never seen anybody so far who has put a limit to their happiness, which means happiness can be unlimited. So what we are experiencing so far is limited happiness, on those little happiness whenever we do something here and there. But happiness can be unlimited. And moreover, so when we say happiness can be unlimited, it doesn't mean that happiness should be coming into your life, in a larger chunks, only through the bigger achievements, etc. No, real happiness comes when you start finding each moment, each day, when you start seeing something positive and then feel happy about it. If you look at the children, right? So they are very curious. They see so many things and they are lost in wonder in everything, small thing that they see. And then they start, feeling and enjoying about it. So that's the way you accumulate happiness. So imagine, like, this is something like a bank, say for example, if you open an account in the bank of happiness, every day, if you're keeping some deposit at the end of the day, okay, by doing different things in a day, and every moment you're trying to accumulate something and you are able to accumulate some amount of happiness every day, and you're depositing. Over a period of time, your balance grows and becomes multifold. That's how you accumulate happiness. You don't expect a bigger, greater things to happen, then only you feel happy about it. And that's not going to happen because you don't have strength to do such kind of bigger events unless you really deposit and then get the strength from those deposits of happiness. So that's why. And sometimes, at times, you feel that things are not going your way. And then how do you feel happy at that time? A simple trick is just keep smiling. Just smile at yourself. You don't have to see anybody around you. You just smile about yourself. See yourself and smile. Because when you smile, it sends a signal to your brain saying that, okay, things are okay, now you can be relaxed. So basically it sends to your mind a deceptive message saying that everything is okay, perfectly all right, relax, right? So when you do that smiling, actually you are releasing the hormones like endorphins, encephalins, etc., those kind of happy hormones, and then dopamine, serotonin, etc., these kind of happy hormones. These are the hormones that will actually make you happy and feel good. So your happiness and your smile, those are contagious. They can easily spread around you. That's why keep smiling. You may be saying because of Corona, we are wearing masks now. So even though we smile, nobody can see our smile. So Corona may hide your smile on your lips, but people can still see your smile on your eyes. And moreover, the vibrations, the pure vibration that what you create through your smile, and those cannot be hidden from anything. So keep smiling. Now, because why it is important to keep smiling is because happiness is everything. Because it is your true nature. In fact, it is the purpose of life to be happy. So, for example, if any fish is kept out of the water, can it survive? It cannot survive because that is where it has to be, the water, that is their home. The same way, a human soul's the true nature is happiness. Without happiness, you will not be able to survive too long. That's why it is all the more important for us to protect our happiness and then do things that are good for you so that can bring you happiness. And happiness makes you healthy and improves the lifespan. Happiness can also invoke the virtues within us. Like, we are more likely to be more loving, tolerant, and cooperative when you are happy. So, obviously, when you are exercising those virtues like love, care, tolerance, cooperation, etc., those kind of things, anybody in your life, they'll be more happy with you. So, your relationships also improved. And finally, when you're happy means it is an assurance that your life is going great and it is fulfilled. The purpose is fulfilled. So, in the previous example, when United Nations, when they are doing happiness index survey, I'm not sure if those parameters are real to reflect the happiness or not. But definitely here, your own happiness index, you can measure yourself. Do I feel the purpose of my life? Am I really healthy? Am I being tolerant, loving, cooperative? Are my relationship healthy and strong? And do I feel my life going great? Is it in my control and fulfilled? So when you see these parameters, when you see the responses for these parameters, that is your happiness index. So then you can feel that, okay, my life is good. Okay, I'm going in the right direction. Now let's see, how do you, we all discussed about so far the happiness, how it is important for us and what is stealing our happiness, etc. Now let's try to understand, how do you rediscover the happiness? Because why I'm saying rediscovering means happiness is there within us. That's what we are made of, but somehow we are lost. Now we are trying to rediscover that happiness. How do you do that? First thing is your habits. Check what kind of habits that you have and cultivate some positive habits, because habits make your life. You make the habits first and then later your habits make your life. So at least have these 4 habits in your life to start with. Wake up early in the morning, read something pure and positive in the morning. Okay, stay away from all those mobile phones and all the social media news and everything. Whenever you're eating something, just pass some pure vibrations into your food and eat. See, when your body needs nutrition, we are giving supplements from outside, all those vitamins, B complex, vitamin A, D, etc., all those things. We give the supplements to your body. But when your mind needs happiness, when your soul needs, all those pure vibrations, who is giving those? It is you. You have to purposefully give. And your food is the best means to feed those pure vibrations into yourself. So take a pass, whatever you are eating, whatever you are drinking, pass pure vibrations into this food, because water has the greatest absorption of your emotions and the energy. It can send those pure positive vibrations. Say to yourself that I'm a happy soul. I'm a pure soul. Like that, just generate pure thoughts and then feed yourself. Then definitely you'll start feeling the difference in your overall well-being, not only your physical health, but also emotional health. And the fourth habit is spend in meditation at least for a few minutes every day, whichever the time that works for you. So you need to start cultivating the habits to be able to generate or accumulate your happiness. And the second is acceptance. You may have so many reasons why you don't agree with other person, but doesn't help you in any way. You have to accept the things as they come, people as they come, situations as they come, because that's how it is meant to be, that's how it is happening. You cannot control unless and until you accept and move forward. You will not be able to make any progress. So accept things instead of expectations. Just accept it and then move on. And then a pure mind. So where do you get the happiness? It comes from a pure thought, because we said it's your own creation. It's the state of mind. It's your own creation. So if your thoughts are clear, if your thoughts are noble and pure, then automatically your words and your actions and everything becomes pure. That's the reason why you need to have a pure, powerful, and purposeful thoughts. So for that, your mind has to be very strong. For that, meditation can help you. And then positive. So start seeing something positive in everything that you do, because we know that, as we discussed earlier, there is so much of negativity around us. If you only start seeing the negativity, then you will not have happiness at all. But in everything and in anybody and everybody, there is something that can be definitely positive. So you start looking for those specialities and positive within people, within situations, then automatically then you start, it's just a change of perspective, basically. You change your perspective. So just to let me give you an example. Say, so one day, a father decided to show his son the other side of life as well. So they are very wealthy. They have all the luxuries at their home and everything. So he has taken to a village for a camping. So where the facilities are very, very limited. But he wants to show his son life is not that easy. And then all those luxuries and all, it is hard. And so his son has to be having gratitude for him and all. So these kind of expectations the father has, and he has taken him to the village. They spent about a weekdays there, and then they have, then he have returned. And while they were coming back in their car, then father asked you, how did you feel? Then son said, I feel great, Dad. Then father was a little surprised, and then asked him, okay, give me more details. Then what did you feel great about it? Then son started giving explanation, saying that we have one dog at home, but whereas they have 4 dogs. We have a small pool in our backyard, but they have a big river which has no ends. We put lanterns and lights in our, in your patio, but they have stars on their head in the sky. We buy food, they grow food. We have fencing around our house to protect our small piece of land, but they have endless horizon of land, and they have their neighbors and friends who can protect them. So like that, son has given his own reasons why he felt so great about it. So and then son finally said, "Thanks, Dad, for showing me how poor we are." That's what he said. So it's just a change of perspective. Then father was shocked and astonished to see that's not what he expected. Anyway, so it is the positivity, seeing positive things in others in a situation that can make you happy. Then yoga. So now, as I mentioned, yoga doesn't mean that physical yoga that has been propagated everywhere in the world today. Yoga means having a connection or a meeting. The first connection that needs to happen is with your own self, because right now we have been treating ourselves as foreigners, as if we don't know anything about ourselves, because we are so lost in the physical world, and we start identifying ourselves with our body and on all the objects around us. We lost the awareness of our own self. That's why you need to have yoga with yourself first, and then to the higher being. So that's why bring that meditation into your life to rediscover your happiness. Then love yourself, because you are the most important person for yourself. We love so many things today. We love objects, we love others, but we don't love ourselves. It is the true strength begins when you recognize your own value and worthiness, and then when you have your self-respect. That's why start loving your own self first. It's okay, things can go wrong. You don't have to blame. You don't have to be too harsh with yourself. And then you don't have to compare with anybody else. You are unique, and then you have your own purpose. You have your own direction. So love yourself, and you are no less to anybody. And the next thing is introspection. Keep, because it is so easy to get lost in the in this world today, because nothing is right, seems to be right in this world. So at times it is important for us to introspect and see which direction I'm going, whether I'm doing right or wrong, how am I feeling, everything. And we recommend you to do this introspection every single day before you sleep. So that introspection helps you a lot to change the course of your direction, so that you don't lose your time, and then you don't commit too many wrongdoings here. And then last, the most important thing is forgiveness and forgetting the others. As I mentioned earlier, holding anything within you is only can burn you completely. So forgive and forget. Life is forgiving. So when it is forgiving, then you have to forgive the mistakes of other people, and then just get going forward. So if you don't forget it, and you cannot get going forward. So forget people, forget things that are happening, and then keep moving. And the last important thing is exercise. So we all know that physical body, that what is given to us is more precious, but we take it for granted. So when we buy a new car, like a Tesla, or maybe a Mercedes, say for example, when you go buy those kind of cars, we take so much of care, and then we spend an extra money for the premium gas and everything, and then we take to the wash where a lot of care is given, and all so many things that we extra care, and we do servicing now and then quite often, and we do all the care. But what is there more precious than your body in this world? Tell me some engine that is more sophisticated than your body. some object that is more precious than your body. So you need to spend time to take care of this body. Just because it is given for free, we cannot take it for granted. You give some time to it, take care of it, and then, keep it healthy. So because your physical discomfort or disease can hamper your happiness. That's the reason why keeping it fit and healthy is also all the more important for us. Now, so we know by doing the previous things, that happy life, you know what are the things that needs to be done. But now, if you keep your happiness eternally, if you make it happiness unlimited, so those are some of the limited things that what you have done to achieve or rediscover happiness. But when you really want to have your happiness unlimited and eternal, then these are the steps that are suggested to you. Stay connected to your own self first, and then to the higher being, as I mentioned earlier, and then become content. So there is contentment is the king of all the virtues. So when there is content means you are definitely you're very happy. So become content. Begin the charity. Charity means give whatever that you could do. So not necessarily always in the physical terms like your money or something like that. You can do a lot of blessings. You can do a lot of cooperation through your encouragement to other people and sending good wishes and pure feelings to other people. So do such kind of charity, and then become unlimited. Basically, do not try to limit yourself. Become unlimited, and the only way to become unlimited is giving that those pure feelings and vibrations to other people, and thinking that everybody is important, everybody is your family member, and everybody's happiness is also important in addition to your happiness. So those kind of attitude will make you a better person and become more charitable and enjoy the eternal relationship. What is the eternal relationships we have? The eternal relationship is between you and God, because you are a soul, you are eternal, and God is eternal, and there is a relationship between you and God. That is whatever relation that you want to establish with God, you can establish that relationship. But personally, if you really look at the life of the children, so children, how happy they are when you go back to your own life, and then see how happy you are in your childhood. You are more carefree because you know that your parents are going to take care of you. You don't have to worry about anything, and you just keep an eye on your parents where they are, and then you play until you are completely tired, and then they will take care of everything. And then if you have any difficulty or even the smallest challenge, you run to your parents, and all those things we have experienced already. Now the question here is, why can't you do the same thing again with the supreme parent, that is God himself? We know we are the children of God. Every scripture and every religion tells you that, okay, we are all the children of God. Then why don't we experiment the same relationship with God himself? Why can't we become his children? Why can't we hand over everything to him, and then just enjoy the life like a child, like what we did in our physical life? So establish that relationship and experience the company of the God, and as well as the most elevated people around you, because you are colored by your company. So your company can influence your happiness. So choose the right company. And then most importantly, make sure that your life is not just for you, and you are also meant to serve the world to make it as a better place. So think that you are just an instrument, and God can get so many things through you. So keep your doors open. So let him do things through you. And then when you think that you are just an instrument, you're playing your part here, and then you owe nothing, then automatically you become very light, and then you become very happy. All the concerns and fears and worries, they'll be vanished. So that's where Raj Yoga exactly does. So in the previous slide, we talked about connection, contentment, charitable or benevolent relationship, and then establishing or enjoying the company, and then being an instrument. This is exactly Raja Yoga meditation helps you and teaches you. It connects you to your inner self and the truth, brings the contentment through unlimited attainments, makes you benevolent to share blessings and good wishes, establishes the eternal relationship with God, colors with the good company, and gives the experience of being an instrument. So all the things that what we needed for eternal happiness are is achieved by Raja Yoga meditation. And moreover, Raja Yoga can help you not to protect from the emotional virus, because today we are all experiencing COVID. That is a virus, and then we are taking so much of care. But there is also a virus called emotional COVID, which means the combination of your vices, your ignorance, and your desires. All of them are also causing a lot of sorrow and discomfort for us. So Raja Yoga can help you to protect from this emotional virus as well. Now, just quickly, let me walk you through the organization's introduction. So Raja Yoga Meditation Center has a center in Milpitas that is called BRAHMAKUMARIS Center, which is led by Sister Kusum. She has been running the center for 25 years. She is the classical example of selfless service and benevolent service. She has surrendered her life 55 years ago for the service of the humanity. Then she has come here to United States and doing service here in Milpitas for the last 25 years. And then if you really want to see how to smile during even the stressful environment, and despite managing so many things, but still how you keep your smile, she is the example. When you see her, you realize how easy it is, having so much done, still keep smiling. She is a great mentor, teacher. We all take sustenance from her. And Raja Yoga Milpitas Center, Brahmakumaris Milpitas Center offers all the free courses and seminars, webinars, events, kids classes, living values classes, parenting classes, retreats. So many things are going on. But the good news is all of them are for free. Only thing you have to ask for yourself, do you have the time? Are you free to avail these services which are done for free of cost as a service to the community? So if you want to know more details, you can go to the website and find the details. And then just because it is free, it doesn't mean that there is no room for contributions. Definitely everybody can contribute something, because in the physical world, there are costs involved. So it requires some monies. So you can contribute whichever the way you want to. And then the upcoming events, we have English meditation courses, Hindi meditation courses, Gujarati meditation courses going on in the weekends. So please register yourself going to the website. We also have the webinars coming up in the next Saturday, and then following Saturday again. Unlock the secrets of spirituality, and healing begins when hurting ends. So these are the two seminars that are lined up on October 3rd and 10th. Please register if you're interested going into the website. And also there are a lot of classes for kids and parents as well. Living values classes are conducted for kids every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Parenting classes are done at 2 p.m. on Sundays. And we do daily meditation hours. This is called daily spiritual vitamins. So at 7:30 in the evening every day, we do live meditation. It is open for everybody. You can come, register yourself, and take those vitamins for yourself, and then become strong and healthy emotionally.